So Satou Sabally is somebody who despises Kathy Engelbert. She has been very clear that she despises Kathy Engelbert. She's blamed every single thing on Kathy Engelbert. She has literally blamed, like, I'm pretty sure if Satou misses a 3-point shot, she'd probably blame Kathy Engelbert. Like, we've seen her blame Kathy Engelbert for the schedule. Nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with her. And it was like, oh, we had 4 games in 8 days. Well, so has basically every team in the WNBA at different stages of the season. And unfortunately, it's not on Kathy. It's not on Kathy. There's been plenty of things she's blamed Kathy for, but she very much kind of went mad at Kathy Engelbert here. Was furious at Kathy, and I don't think she can. It seems like she purposely misjudged the question to make a pretty okay point.
No, because the WNBA wants to forbid us to make a lot of more money than we're ever going to make here, what it seems like in other leagues. So it's very personal. People have families. This is our job. We make more money in China, Russia, Turkey than here. So it is very personal, and I don't think why it shouldn't become personal.
And that's asking, obviously, about Adam Silver saying that it became too personal. Like, we all understand what getting personal means, and it's not what Satou's describing it as. I think she's trying to, she is making a good point. And in fairness, Satou basically leaked that she's getting paid more than 200 under $250,000. That is, Satou has leaked what she got paid in Unrivaled. She said she got paid more in Unrivaled than she has every season of her career until this year. So that's kind of what that is, between 200 and $250,000. And Satou is one of the bigger names. So I would assume that that's most players' salaries. Most players would be in, I think that's what the average salary is. I think everyone's making 6 figures. I would say like an Azare or a Steph Dolson is probably on 120K or something. And then on the upper end, I think Breanna was on $1 million. I'd say Angel Reese is on 400 or 500K. Should have been more. Breanna should not have been the highest paid player in that league. But other than Fiends Dewey, of course. But what we've heard about it being $1 million, clearly that's not an official thing. If Satou is saying that they're still paying more in Turkey, because none of these leagues are paying Satou Sabally $1 million other than what was supposedly in the WNBA. And look, I mean this when I say this. Satou's got absolutely no loyalty towards Unrivaled. Like, if Satou's making more money in the WNBA, she'd go in the WNBA. If Fenerbahce offered Satou $500,000 to play, Satou would be playing for Fener. Like, it's kind of as simple as that. If Satou is Satou for better or for worse. But Adam Silver is very clearly, when he says it got too personal, the fact that Nafisa Collier and Kathy Engelbert are in a battle of you're a liar, no, you're a liar. Like, it's nothing to actually, it's not even productive. Like, it's at the stage now with Fee and Kathy where it's not even productive CBA talks. It's just calling each other, it's just insulting each other as people, basically. It's Kathy insulting Fee in a roundabout way, and Fee just insulting Kathy in a not very, very straightforward way. So that's what Adam Silver means. We know that. But I think her point is very much on the money, as long as the players, if the players are getting paid more in Unrivaled, there is an issue. There is an issue there. That should never be the case. Like, the 4x to the salaries. The problem is, again, when it comes to revenue split, if that's what the players are looking for. But there's definitely an amount of money that will be reached to players, and I still stand by. I think the key number is probably is probably 10 mil in the salary cap. 10 mil per team. That's probably what I would say is the number that they're gonna have, that they'll be able to get to without worrying about a revenue split. I think if these players and the league can get to the 10 million mark, I don't see the revenue split being an issue in any way. I think if you can get to 10 mil, you're good. Because 10 mil is such a high amount that, like, everyone's just going to be like, dude, just take the 10 mil. Or sorry, not even 10 mil, just for a salary cap, take the 10 mil. Because what that means is that, like, your max salary is probably like 1.5, 1.6 million, which means 30 players in the league, 2 maxes per team. 30 players are going to be getting paid 1.5 to 2 million, which is like an entire team salary. That's an amount of money that Unrivaled can't. Like, the WNBA can put Unrivaled out of business without putting it in the CBA. Like, they can. Like, I mean this. I stand by this. If the WNBA do what I'm suggesting, it will put Unrivaled out of business, and it will and the players who will have to almost make a choice will probably choose to play in the W. Like, the reality is, if you start offering $1 to 2 million, $1 to $1.5 million guaranteed contracts, Unrivaled has it in their contracts that they will insure your WNBA contract. Unrivaled, there's no way Unrivaled can afford to insure 20 max contract players. Unrivaled's insuring 40 million worth of contracts. Like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And for me, that's probably the way you could maybe just get rid of Unrivaled, because I don't think you can stop. It's hard to stop people playing in it. But if you very much, and also you can put a clause in your contract that if you get injured in another league and you're allowed to represent your country, you're allowed, because you kind of have to let people represent their country. So if you get injured for your country, cool. Because by the way, all these countries, if you guys don't know, pay insurance. It's the reason why Siakam doesn't play for Cameroon. It's the reason why NBA players won't play for Ireland in the summer. It's the reason why a lot of even college players don't come back and play for their national teams if it's a smaller national team. As I'm from Ireland, like, we haven't had CJ. Like, we've had CJ Fulton inconsistently. Like, there are inherent risks, especially if you're in a lower nation, for your basketball career. So if the WNBA put it in their salary, give the players, I think they're going to have to give the players probably 10 mil as a team, which is really good money. Really good money compared to what they had. And then after that, they'll have to just go, and if they put it in their contracts that if you get that no money's got, if you get injured, I don't know, in Unrivaled, your contract becomes void. As in, like, if you've got 2 years left on your deal and you get injured in Unrivaled or overseas, it's just void. So your next year, you're not in a max contract. You're not in a max deal. If you get injured in that league, you're done. It's just null and void. So anyway, there's ways that they can do it. There's ways that the WNBA can get what they want and the players can get paid. And they can either put Unrivaled out of business or seriously decentivize people from playing Unrivaled. Like, that's really what they want. That's really what they want. And overseas as well. Because let's be real, overseas Unrivaled, same shit. Because they were able to essentially stop a lot of people from playing overseas by freaking going and putting in the prioritization rules. So if you're not there by the first day of training camp, you're not allowed to play, which stopped players playing in France. It stopped players playing in Russia. I don't know. It stopped players playing in France. It stopped players playing in Spain. Like, the only players that are able to play in Spain are players in their first 2 years of their career. If you go into year 3 your WNBA career, you just can't play in Spain. So players can't play in France anymore. Players can't play in Spain anymore. Players can't play in Italy anymore. So you basically have to play in Turkey or Russia or China or Australia, because otherwise you just won't be allowed to play and register. But anyway, I'll see you guys.